invited to be a part of this memorable event. The exhibition titled I Miss You, it says a lot. It says a lot about what is happening globally with our bronzes. I am Prince AGHATISE EREDIAUWA, and I'm speaking from the palace of the OBA of Benin. I am incidentally the immediate younger brother of His Royal Majesty, the OBA. Let me begin by giving due thanks and gratitude to the organizers of these sessions. And let me thank in particular the Mayor of Cologne, Mrs. Reka, and also her deputy, Mr. Walter. Of course, I have to give special gratitude to our own dear ambassador, Mr. Tuga. There are other organizers of this session with whom we have spoken lately. The director, Nanette, who has become like a sister to me. It's a wonderful lady. And of course, our own representative from the palace, Professor Ewuare, who happens to also be the advisor to the Board of Trustees of the Benin Royal Museum, set up by His Royal Majesty to oversee the affairs of the Benin Royal Museum. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I know there is a very large community of Edo indigenes in Cologne. I wish I was there among them to mingle, but I want to assure them that they have the greetings and felicitations of their OBA, His Royal Majesty, Oba Ewuare II, OBA of Benin. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the issue of our bronzes, the Benin bronzes that were taken away from Benin in 1897, it is considered an issue of art to many people around the globe. To us in Benin, it is not an issue of art, it is not a question of art. This is a matter that goes to the spirituality of the Benin person. This is a matter that has such religious significance that it is as if a part of you has been missing for centuries. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, participants, let me say unequivocally, our perception and our take on our religious being discussed and interpreted outside of Benin by non-Benins, by Europeans, from their own perspective. And we find a bit odd. It has been like that for us. Over the years, the history of Benin is translated from a different viewpoint. In many cases, we have never really been approached to tell this story from our own perspective. Many books have been written, many articles have been written, and they give a different viewpoint. They are considered writings on art. Our bronzes are not mere artworks. Recently, some bronzes were returned from England, Scotland, and what was underpinning the discussion then was that there is a moral wrong to take these artworks, hold on to them, and interpret them as mere artworks. They are artistic, yes, but they were made for the OBA of Benin, and these things resided in the palace of the OBA of Benin for centuries, even before they were taken away in 1897. There is very, very little question as to who owns these works. We are aware that unfortunately some people try to hold on to the old narrative of world art and that Benin bronzes that were taken away from shrines and religious sites in the palace of the Oba of Benin cannot be considered public property. This is sacrilegious. Apart from the legal wrong of it, there is no way that stolen property become unstolen. The question of restitution being led now by Cologne, by the city of Cologne, is a very, very good example which other museums we believe in Germany should follow. This is the property to do. And that is why we are so thankful to the city of Cologne for setting such a good example. We know that this will foster better relations between the city of Cologne, the museum, and the palace of the Oba of Benin. We don't expect otherwise. We know there are some in Germany who want to still hold on to these bronzes. They should take a cue from this. It is absolutely wrong. It is illegal. And worldwide, everybody recognizes, everybody knows that heritage art should be returned to where they were taken from. Just recently, the Smithsonian Institute in Washington wrote a letter to the Oba of Benin recognizing the ownership of the Oba of the objects in their collection. And they have given a pledge to return these objects through the federal government with whom the palace of the Oba of Benin has an understanding. There is no reason for anybody to continue under one guise or the other to hold on to religious objects of which they don't understand. They don't even know the meanings of these objects. A famous Nigerian writer gave an example when she spoke to the Humboldt Forum, and she made it very clear. Some of these things have significance which you can never understand. So, my appeal, while thanking the organizers of this session, is that they should try, please, to disseminate this information as widely as possible. Objects that were removed from Benin should be returned to the palace of Oba of Benin and nowhere else. And any arrangement, any discussion at all concerning these objects should be with the palace of the Oba of Benin, perhaps through the federal government, and that is the only way, that is the only thing that the Oba of Benin recognizes. There is no third party in these matters. I am very happy, like I said earlier on. This session, I hope, will throw more light on the issue of restitution. We are very, very grateful to the museum. We are grateful to the city of Cologne. We never knew until recently that Cologne had 96 objects, even though some of them date as far back as the 1500s. But you see, this is the issue of righting what is wrong. And that is why Cologne, we are very, very grateful. And we thank the mayor, we thank the deputy mayor who are taking this decision on restitution and the proper path. And like I said again before, we hope that others will take a cue from this and do the right thing. Thank you very much for the opportunity given to me to communicate to this gathering. I wish I was there. Perhaps the next opportunity will afford me a chance to meet everybody personally and to interact and to rub minds even better. I, of course, got the clearance and the permission of His Royal Majesty Ovonramwen to interact with you now, and we hope we'll get a report of the session which also we will share with His Royal Majesty. But I assure you that the Oba is very happy with what the city of Cologne is doing. The Oba is happy with what the mayor is doing and the deputy mayor. And of course, the ambassador Tuga, who is representing the Federal Republic of Nigeria, also is aware of the position of the federal government and the position of the President of Nigeria on the return of heritage art. There was a clear statement issued by the President himself. And we know Ambassador Tuga is party to this, So we are very, very grateful, and we are happy, and we wish you very, very fruitful and productive session. On behalf of the Royal Palace of Benin, His Royal Majesty Ewuare the Oba of Benin, allow me to say again a very, very big thank you.